Well, son, I'll tell you. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps, 'cause you finds it's kinda hard. Don't you fall now. For I's still going, honey. I's still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Hog butcher for the world. Toolmaker. Stacker of wheat. Player with railroads and the nation's freight handler. Stormy. Husky. Brawling. City of the big shoulders. They tell me you are wicked, and I believe them, for I have seen your painted women under the gas lamps luring the farm boys. And they tell me you are crooked, and I answer, yes. It is true. I have seen the gunmen kill and go free to kill again. And they tell me you are brutal. And my reply is, on the faces of women and children, I have seen the marks of wanton hunger. And having answered so, I turn once more to those who sneer at this my city, and I give them back the sneer and say to them, come and show me another city with lifted heads singing so proud to be alive, and coarse, and strong, and cunning, flinging magnetic curses amid the toil of piling job on job. Here is a tall, bold slugger, set vivid against the little soft cities, fierce as a dog with tongue lapping for action, cunning as a savage pitted against the wilderness, bareheaded, shoveling, wrecking, planning, building, breaking, rebuilding, under the smoke, dust all over his mouth, laughing with white teeth. Under the terrible burden of destiny, laughing as a young man laughs, laughing even as an ignorant fighter laughs who has never lost a battle, bragging and laughing that under his wrist is the pulse, and under his ribs, the heart of the people. Laughing the stormy, husky, brawling laughter of youth, half naked, sweating, proud to be hog butcher, tool maker, stacker of wheat, player with railroads and freight handler to the nation. It would be easy to forgive if I could, but remember, if I could hear, lost love of mine, the music of your cruelties, shaking to sound the silent skies, could voice with them their song divine, red with pain's leaping ember. It would be easy to forgive if I could but remember. It would be easy to forget if I could find lost sorrow. If I could kiss her plaintive face and break with her her bitter bread, could share again her woeful bed, and know with tears her pale embrace make yesterday tomorrow? It would be easy to forget if I could find lost sorrow.
You who pass coldly by when the police rush upon us, when they wrench away our banners, beautiful banners whose colors cry a demand for liberty. You who criticize or condemn, declaring you believe in suffrage, worked for it in your state, and your mother knew Susan B. Anthony. Can you think in terms of a nation? Could you die or face ridicule for your belief? For the freedom of women, for your freedom, we are fighting. For your safety, we face danger, bear torture. For your honor, endure untellable insult. To win democracy for you, we defend the banners of democracy, till our banners and our bodies are flung together on the pavement. Waiting at the gates of government, we have made of our wariness a symbol of women's long wait for justice. We have borne the hunger and hardship of prison to open people's eyes to men's determination to imprison the power of women. You women who pass coldly by, do you imagine your freedom is coming as a summer wind blows over fields? Slowly, it has advanced by a 60 years war. Those who fought in it have not forgotten. And that war is not won. Strongly entrenched, the foe sits plotting. Close to his lines, our banners fly, signaling where to direct the fire. Greater forces are needed, reserves and recruits. Are you for winning or for waiting? The women who watch the banners go down, women who say suffrage is coming while suffrage goes by you into Prussia. Case to be content with applauding speeches and praising politicians. Patience is shameful. Awake. Rise and act. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me, I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Little pinprick geysers, spitting and sputtering, little foaming geysers that spatter and cough, bubbling geysers that gurgle out of the calyx of morning glory pools, laughing geysers that dance in the sun and spread their robes like lace over the rocks, raging geysers that rush out of hell with a great noise and blurt out vast dragon gulps of steam and finishing, sink back wearily into darkness. Glad geysers, nymphs of the sun that rise slim and nude out of the hot, dark earth and stand poised in beauty a moment, veiling their brows and breasts in mist. Winged geysers, spirits of fire that rise tall and straight like a sequoia and plume the sky with foam. Oh, wild coral fountains, forever singing and seething, forever boiling in deep places and leaping forth for bright moments into the air. How do you like it up here? Why must you go back to the spirits of darkness? What do you tell them down there about your little glorious life in the sun?
In the rain, darkness. The sunset being sheathed, I sit and think of you. The holy city, which is your face, your little cheeks, the streets of smiles. Your eyes, half thrush, half angel, and your drowsy lips where float flowers of kiss. And there is the sweet, shy pirouette, your hair, and then your dance song soul. Rarely, beloved, a single star is uttered, and I think of you. I had come to the house in a cave of trees, facing a sheer sky. Everything moved. A bell hung ready to strike. Sun and reflection wheeled by. When the bare eyes were before me, and the hissing hair held up at a window, seen through a door, the stiff, bald eyes, the serpents on the forehead formed in the air. This is a dead scene forever now. Nothing will ever stir. The end will never brighten it more than this, nor the rain blur. The water will always fall and will not fall. The tipped bell make no sound. The grass will always be growing for hay deep on the ground. And I shall stand here like a shadow under the great balanced day, my eyes on the yellow dust that was lifting in the wind and does not drift away.
I too dislike it. There are things that are important beyond all this fiddle. Reading it, however, with a perfect contempt for it, one discovers that there is in it, after all, a place for the genuine. Hands that can grasp, eyes that can dilate, hair that can rise, if it must. These things are important, not because a high-sounding interpretation can be put upon them, but because they are useful. When they become so derivative as to become unintelligible, the same thing may be said for all of us, that we do not admire what we cannot understand. The bat holding on upside down or in quest of something to eat. Elephants pushing, a wild horse taking a roll, a tireless wolf under a tree, the immovable critic twinkling his skin like a horse that feels a flea, the baseball fan, the statistician. Case after case could be cited did one wish it. Nor is it valid to discriminate against business documents and school books. All these phenomena are important. One must make a distinction, however. When dragged into prominence by half-poets, the result is not poetry. Nor till the autocrats among us can be literalists of the imagination above insolence and triviality, and can present for inspection imaginary gardens with real toads in them. Shall we have it? In the meantime, if you demand on the one hand, in defiance of their opinion, the raw material of poetry in all its rawness, and that which is on the other hand genuine, then you are interested in poetry.
Just look! 'Tis 6:15. Love, and not even the fires are caught. Well, you know I must be at the office, but as usual, the breakfast will be late. Now hurry and wake up the children and dress them as fast as you can. Poor dearies, I know they'll be tardy. Dear me, what a slow pokey man. Have the tenderloin broiled nice and juicy. Have the toast browned and buttered all right, and be sure you settle the coffee. Be sure that the silver is bright. When ready, just run up and call me. At 8 to the office I go, lest poverty grim should o'ertake us. 'Tis bread and butter, you know. The bottom from stocks may fall out. My bonds may get below par. Then surely I seldom could spare you a nickel to buy a cigar. All ready? Now, while I'm eating, just bring up my wheel to the door, then wash up the dishes, and mind now, have dinner promptly at 4. For tonight is our women's convention, and I am to speak first, you know. The men veto us in private, but in public they shout, "That's so." So, bye-bye. In case of a rap, love, before opening the door, you must look. Oh, how could a civilized woman exist without a man cook?
Prisoners, are we? American citizens imprisoned for daring in the name of democracy to protest against the continued denial of the right of self-government to 20 millions of the American people. We lie in a dungeon, long ago abandoned and condemned. Just as politically, we are held in prison, in subjection, abandoned and condemned by every other nation of English speech and spirit. Painfully raising my head, I look down the long row of gray blanketed heaps. Under every heap, a woman. Weak, sick, but determined. 20 gray fortresses of determination.
Sharers of a common country, they had met in deadly strife. Men who should have been as brothers madly sought each other's life. In the silence of the even, when the cannon's lips were dumb, thoughts of home and all its loved ones to the soldier's heart would come. On the margin of a river, mid the evening's dews and damps, could be heard the sounds of music rising from two hostile camps. One was singing of its section down in Dixie's land, and the other of the banner waved too long from strand to strand. In the lawn where Dixie's ensign floated o'er the hopeful slave rose the song that freedom's banner, starry lighted, long might wave. From the fields of strife and carnage, gentle thoughts began to roam, and a tender strain of music rose with words of home, sweet home. Then the hearts of strong men melted, for amid our grief and sin still remains that touch of nature telling us we all are kin. In one grand, gentle chorus, floating to the starry dome, came the words that brought them nearer, words that told of home, sweet home. For a while, all strife forgotten, they were only brothers then, joining in the sweet old chorus, not as soldiers, but as men. Men whose hearts would flow together, though apart their feet might roam, found a tie they could not sever in the memory of each home. Never may the steps of carnage shake our lands from shore to shore, but may mother, home, and heaven be our watchwords evermore.
What kind of thoughts now do you carry in your travels day by day? Are they bright and lofty visions, or neglected, gone astray? Matters not how great in fancy, or what deeds of skill you've wrought. Man, though high may be his station, is no better than his thoughts. Catch your thoughts and hold them tightly. Let each one an honor be. Purge them, scourge them, burnish brightly. Then in love set each one free.
In heaven, some little blades of grass stood before God. What did you do? Then all, save one of the little blades, began eagerly to relate the merits of their lives. This one stayed a small way behind, ashamed. Presently, God said, "And what did you do?" The little blade answered, "O my Lord, memory is bitter to me, for if I did good deeds, I know not of them." Then God, in all his splendor, arose from his throne. "O best little blade of grass," he said.
They scorned her for her sinning, spoke harshly of her fall, nor lent the hand of mercy to break her hated thrall. The dews of meek repentance stood in her downcast eye. Would no one heed her anguish, all pass her coldly by? From the cold, averted glances of each reproachful eye, she turned aside, heartbroken, and laid her down to die. And where was he who sullied her once unspotted name, who lured her from life's brightness to agony and shame, who left her on life's billows a wrecked and ruined thing, who brought the winter of despair upon hope's blooming spring? Through the halls of wealth and fashion, in gaiety and pride, he was leading to the altar a fair and lovely bride. None scorned him for his sinning. Few saw it through his gold. His crimes were only foibles, and those were gently told. Before him rose a vision, a maid of beauty rare, then a pale, heartbroken woman, the image of despair. Next came a sad procession with many a sob and tear, a widowed, childless mother tottered by in humble bier. The vision quickly faded, the sad, unwelcome sight, but his lip forgot its laughter, and his eye its careless light. A moment, and the floodgates of memory opened wide, and remorseful recollection flowed like a lava tide. That widow's wail of anguish seemed strangely blending there, and mid the soft lights floated that image of despair.
Golden-eyed girl, do you see what I see? Do you see behind the veil that life laughs through? Golden-eyed girl, I would like to laugh with you. But my veil is torn, and I see things pass like shadows in the depths of a crystal glass. Golden-eyed girl, you are young as springtime. Your great eyes are dreamful, your rare lips sweet. Shadows matter little to youth with dancing feet. All of life's skeletons wear gay dresses, and youth is deceived by even death's caresses. Golden-eyed girl, you have years to dance and wonder before your life's curtain will wear into holes and let you see the hopelessness hidden in souls. You have many moons of laughter, many years to go before you'll learn how heavy dancing feet can grow.
I feel the spring far off, the faint, far scent of bud and leaf. Oh, how can spring take heart to come to a world in grief, deep grief? The sun turns north, the days grow long. Later, the evening star grows bright. How can the daylight linger on for men to fight, still fight? The grass is waking in the ground. Soon it will rise and blow in waves. How can it have the heart to sway over the graves? New graves. Under the boughs where lovers walked, the apple blooms will shed their breath. But what of all the lovers now, parted by death? Gray death.